What if DC just dropped its most emotional superhero story ever, and most people completely missed it? Because the new Supergirl trailer isn't just action, it's a layered character story hiding trauma, loss, and a ticking time bomb. Let's break it all down. DC didn't just make another superhero movie this time. They created something that feels like an emotional space journey. And if you watched the trailer casually, you probably missed half of what it's actually trying to say. So this isn't just a trailer breakdown, this is a deep decode with comic connections, character psychology, and future DCU setup. Right from the opening shot, Superman sends a message to Kara asking a simple question. When are you coming back to Earth? On the surface, it feels normal, but there's a hidden layer. Superman is usually calm and composed. He doesn't panic, but here there's clear concern in his tone because he knows Kara isn't stable, and the trailer keeps reinforcing that. We see her drinking, flying recklessly, acting destructively. This version of Supergirl is trauma-driven. Now let's go deeper. The key difference between Kara and Superman is their past. Superman, also known as Kal-El, grew up on Earth. He had a family, he had stability, but Kara, she watched Krypton die. She saw her planet get destroyed. She saw her people vanish. She likely saw her own parents die. That creates a massive psychological gap. She isn't just a hero, she's a survivor. And her reckless behavior, that's not weakness, that's escapism. It's her way of running from pain. So here's the real question. Is her reckless nature a flaw or a survival mechanism? Now the story shifts. We are introduced to a young girl named Ruthie, and at the same time, we get the main villain, Krem of the Yellow Hills. He gives a clear warning: 3 days. This is where the story turns into a revenge mission. Ruthie's family has been murdered by Krem. She doesn't want justice, she wants revenge. And Kara, she also enters revenge mode, but for a different reason. Krypto. Krem poisons Krypto, and suddenly the story gets a ticking clock. 3 days to save him, or he dies. This becomes the emotional core of the movie. Because for Kara, Krypto isn't just a pet. He is her last emotional connection to Krypton, her last piece of home. When she says home is wherever you are, she's not being poetic, she's being honest, because she has no home left. Now, if we connect this to the comics, this story is heavily inspired by Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. In the comics, Krypto survives, and the revenge story turns into a moral lesson. But the movie might change that. There are hints that Krypto might not survive. And there's something even more interesting. In the trailer, Kara herself appears infected. There are visible signs of a spreading pathogen on her face. That opens two possibilities. Either the same poison is affecting her, or there's a bigger cosmic threat involved. There's also a possibility that this takes place on a yellow sun planet where her powers behave differently, making her more vulnerable, which raises the stakes even higher. Now let's talk about a major origin detail. Usually, Krypton is destroyed instantly, but here it seems like a part of Krypton survived temporarily. Kara's father, Zor-El, uses advanced technology to preserve a section of the city and keep survivors alive for some time. But eventually, even that fragment is destroyed, and before everything ends, he sends Kara to Earth with a final message. Be good. Simple words, but in context, incredibly powerful. Now here's an interesting contradiction. Kara says Krypto is everything to her, but in another moment, she leaves him with Superman and goes off on her own, clearly unstable. So is she irresponsible or just broken? The answer is probably both. Trauma, guilt, and loneliness leading to unstable decisions. Now let's talk about the wild card. Lobo, played by Jason Momoa, he brings pure chaos energy. In the trailer, he feels unpredictable, carefree, violent, and self-serving. In the comics, Lobo is an intergalactic bounty hunter and the last of his species. And here, it looks like he might start as an ally and later betray Kara, which would be completely comic accurate. Now coming to the DCU connection. Superman's presence in the trailer is not just a cameo, it's a signal. DC is building an interconnected universe. Characters will cross paths, stories will impact each other. And if this is just the trailer, the final movie could have even bigger surprises. Now let's talk tone. This trailer balances action, emotion, and humor really well. It's not just spectacle, it's a character-driven story. At its core, this is a story about a girl who lost everything and is now trying to protect the last thing she has left. But at the same time, she's fighting an internal battle between revenge and morality. So the real question is, will Kara choose revenge, or will she follow her father's final lesson? Be good. Will Lobo stay an ally, or turn into a threat? And most importantly, will Krypto survive? Now shifting gears to Marvel for a moment, there's a major update. Avengers Doomsday might get a release date change, but here's the twist. It's actually good news. The movie isn't getting delayed. It might move 1 week earlier to secure IMAX screens. This decision likely comes because Dune Part 3 has already locked major IMAX slots. So Marvel is making a smart move to maximize box office performance. And let's be honest, when it comes to global scale, Doomsday is expected to dominate. The hype is already massive, even without a trailer. With Dr. Doom, possible returns of major characters, and connections to Endgame, this is shaping up to be a huge cinematic event. So now the question is, what are you more excited for? Avengers, Doomsday, or Dune Part 3? And what do you think about this release strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.